Hello, everyone. Ray Lockdust here. Welcome to Comic Sans Presents Feedback Comedy. So, this is our second time joining forces, and today we have a great lineup, and I'm really excited. But for starters, as usual, I want to warm up a bit with a nice, Mad Lib. So, this one is called Sexy. Before I get too much into that, why are we here? What are we doing? Like, why are you giving me Mad Libs? It's because I like words and I like things that are funny. And we're going to have a set of comedians, three to be exact. They're all going to come up, do a 5-minute set, and then myself, Alice Rose, and Todd Van Allen. Van Allen, how do you want me to hold the A? Future problem. Anyway, Todd Van Allen. We are going to then give feedback to each comic after they do their set. We won't be too mean, just what's deserving, I guess. But I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun show, and I'm hoping that we are going to get some audience participation with the Mad Lib. If not, I am going to have to rely on the comedians to give me what I need. So everyone get your thinking caps on, because we're going back to like grade 3 grammar, because I need an adjective. What is an adjective? It's a word describing a noun. What is a noun? That's a person, place, or thing. So, Alice, can I get an adjective?
Can you repeat which is, describes a noun? So furry?
Yes, please. Oh my goodness. That was good. Sorry. I need a number now.
17 from
17.
Todd.
Ooh, 17. Okay. A body part.
Ooh, I'm not going to touch this one.
Oh, but
Knuckle.
we will touch the body part. Well, a knuckle? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to touch the knuckle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I need another body part, though. So what else? Piss. Okay. A noun.
A noun is a person, place, or thing.
Person? Yes.
Yes. Anyone in the comments?
Oh,
All right.
I love distress. So,
Distress is a noun?
Is it?
I think it is.
I'm just gonna see if it works does it work with the sentence?
It's an abstract noun. Todd's not only a brilliant comic, but an English teacher as well. Also literate. How many?
Distress has been written, and I'm using pen, so. So, I need a noise. So this one, I do want one of the comics to do. Just make a noise, and I will try to imitate it when the time comes.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yes, and I'm going to write it down.
How do you spell that?
MRH.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
A verb, which is an action.
A doing word.
A doing word. For our doing activity.
Doing. Oh, yeah. Who's our one viewer on YouTube? Shout out some examples in the comments. Okay, next one.
Yeah. Okay, I need an adjective. So that was describing a noun.
Do we have an adjective from our viewer?
Yeah.
Oh, bashful. I like bashful.
Bashful. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, body part.
Okay. We previously had ear and pancreas. Did we use both of those?
We used knuckle and pancreas, but
Ooh. Do we want to go with ear, or does someone
Collarbone.
have another?
oh,
Collarbone. Let's do
collarbone.
that.
Mm-hmm. It's close enough to the ear. So, ooh. And our final one, number 10, is a pet name.
We got one. Stinky. From Megan. We have 2 viewers. Hey. At least 2 viewers. This is lying to us. Welcome
Amazing.
everyone to the show. We're gonna be famous.
We're gonna be famous. We did it. I'm 100% sure that Megan is my cousin, and she called me Stinky.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, because that may have been my nickname. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna do my sexy voice now. Is everyone ready?
Ooh. Turning the lights down low for this one.
I'm gonna use the sultry voice. This one is called Sexy Love. I have been dreaming about having furry sex with you 17 times a day since the day I laid my knuckle on you. Staring at your pancreas makes me want to rip off your distress. All I want is to make you my as I slap you. The only thing I think about during the day is your bashful body up against my collarbone. XOXO. You're stinky.
I love that. I love that. Like, makes me want to rip off your distress. Like, that's a Taking Back Sunday lyric right there.
Yeah,
Like,
I was thinking, I'm like,
want to take out your distress. I have a migraine. I shouldn't be emo singing. Sorry.
okay. Can I still emo sing?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, so I have this lyric that plays in my head every now and then that is like definitely an emo song that I'm definitely also singing the wrong words to. So, I'm gonna sing it now because I just like I've tried Googling this, like I can't find it, which is why I'm so certain I made it up, but it could be the wrong lyrics. So if anyone knows what I'm doing, help me.
Okay.
Okay. Pain
Any
is
thoughts on
only
that?
temporary. In my heart, it must be scary. That's it. That's all I know, and it just plays in my head every now and then. Pain is only temporary is the one that sounds familiar, and then in my heart, it must be scary is the part I made up. In my heart, it must be worry.
I feel like they used. Like, did they sing it like? That's my best migraine they used impression that I can do. Just thinking like
I
the
thought it was wonderful.
taste of ink. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. When you said you had emo lyrics that you couldn't figure out, that like you were probably the wrong lyrics, I'm like, sugar, we're going down. It's Fall Out Boy. It has to be because for the first 6 months that that album came out or that single came out, I thought he was scatting throughout the whole thing. I was just like, blah, blah, bitty, bitty, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I just did that along with it because I couldn't say like I don't know if I didn't know the words or if I chose not to know the words, but I definitely would scat along with it. So I'm right with you. But as much as I love talking.
Yes. We have a show
I
to do.
think we are doing a show. Oh my goodness. So, I may have fluffed up because I did not write down our first guest's name, but I remember the second part of the hyphen. So
You can.
Can I just make? I could look at it, but I would also rather draw attention to my failures because I don't know.
There we
Anyway,
go. All right.
hello everyone. The very professional, very well produced Feedback Comedy is here to present to you the probably very funny, very talented, very kind, very forgiving blank dash Cormac. Leaf dash blank Cormac. How are you?
That was a lovely intro. That was great. No, I appreciate the Mad Libs. I think like I've been in isolation so long that almost worked as effective lit erotica at this point. I was like, oh yeah, no, that is good. No, I've noticed something recently that just being on my own for like a month and a half, I've just kind of gone through like a sexual reset, like a factory reset on my sexuality. Because like before, I was so picky, and now every time I walk into Superstore, I'm just like, any of you can have it. And they'll be like, no, sir, this is the seniors hour. I'm like, then we don't have much time. No, like before this happened, I was very picky. I had like a type. Like, does anyone here have a type? Like a type? No. My type was very specific. My type was anyone who looked like the last person who broke my heart. Like I just wanted to get it right once, like a doppelganger fetish. And that's very hard to maintain. It's like a hard kind of fetish to maintain because like you get to the end of Tinder very quickly when you were just looking for someone who has already blocked you. Like, it's not good. And I think when the next time I get broken up with, this is my plan. If I get into that rut again, I'm just going to call the police and report them for a crime. That way I can meet everyone in the police lineup. It's like an executive dating service. It's like, which one of these hurt you? I'm hoping all of them eventually. No, it'll be weird. It'll be weird, like reporting it. Like that'll be the only downside is like having to report it to the police. Just being like, oh yeah, he was about 5'6", half Asian, half white. Just like a birthmark on the inner left thigh that looks like the state of Wyoming, and just the saddest brown eyes that just betray a deep-seated fear of commitment. You got all that from a hit and run? Well, if he didn't have a fear of commitment, he would have stayed at the scene of the crime. Yeah. That's the first joke. There we go. I've been watching way too much Netflix. Like I don't even enjoy it. Like none of the shows I watch, I enjoy. I don't think I watch it. Like I just watch it now to avoid hearing my own thoughts. I don't know if anyone else does that. Where you're just like I'm not even watching TV for entertainment. I'm just doing it to filibuster my suicide at this point. It's like, oh, there's a new season of You. I hate that show. It's horrible. There's 12 episodes of it. That'll get me to morning. That's great. Yeah. Now, I've been going to don't get worried. I know that sounded dark, but like I've been going to like an online therapist while this is happening, which is great. Been really enjoying it. Like I know it's working because I've started to time my depression, which is something you can do. Right now, my depression is exactly 37 minutes less than the time it takes to 3D print a gun. Which is amazing progress. Like I'm in that sweet spot of sadness where I'll climb 40 flights of stairs to get to a rooftop, but the endorphins I got from all that exercise will make me go straight back down. You're like, oh, you have a problem? No, I have a free personal trainer. Feel these glutes, they're good. I think like I've heard that smart people are more likely to be depressed than dumb people. I don't think that's true. I think what it is dumb people are more likely to mistake their depression for ghosts. Like I was watching one of those shows where they go into the haunted house and they were interviewing the woman who owned it, and she was just like, Yes, we moved into this old Victorian mansion, and every night at exactly 3 a.m., this voice comes into the room and says, "Kill yourself, Diane. Just do it. Kill yourself. No one loves you." Yeah, that's the sound of 3 a.m. These ghosts often tell you to skip work and day drink your way through your Netflix queue because I've been visited by that spirit. I'm currently in a bubble with that spirit. We formed a bubble together. I wonder if like that's what your lyrics thing is. If that's just you're such an upbeat person, Ray, that like when you hear a depressive thought, you're just like, well, that must be music. Yeah. I don't know. How much time do I have? I forgot to start. Okay, 1 minute.
You're now at 1 minute.
All right, sweet. I'm not a big sex person. You know, the sex people with the oils, the apps, the second pill, that kind of individual. I'm not like one of those. Like I like relationships. Like I love the emotional commitment. Oh, that feeling. Like even when I watch pornography now, I'll need to say a few kind words to the screen before I have a reason to wipe it. Just like, hey, we should go to IKEA tomorrow. Like to introduce to my parents. Like it's weird. It's weird. Like I've never understood one night stands. Like I've had a few, but the first time you're with someone, it's never that good because you don't know what they're into. They don't know what you're into. I'm always like way too up in my head, like trying to like figure it out. And I just like, this is what I do now. I just wait for them to do something, and then I do that thing back at them. Just like so I don't cross any wrong boundary. Like I just like if they use tongue, I'm like, okay, we're clear for tongue. If they're into dirty talk, it's just going to sound like there's a parrot in the room. It's like, you like that? You like that? It's not even sex. It's just like a full-bodied version of patty cake. Just the game with no winners. So. All right, that's my time. Thanks for having me.
Yay! All right, let's get everyone up on the screen here. All right, Leaf, that was. Oh, did we get everyone? Sorry, I meant just like the judges.
But a surprise.
Let's get everyone on the screen. Yeah. We have time, so we can all chat, I guess.
Yeah.
We should probably we missed introducing our very special guest judge. Ray, would you like to introduce Todd?
Yes, I will totally do that important thing that I should have done 20 minutes ago. But as I'm sure everyone is already aware, this is Todd Van Allen. So,
sorry.
Oh my gosh, I just figured this out. Yes.
High five. There we go.
Amazing. I'm so happy we got to do that.
That's a high five.
Oh, what is going on here? This is Todd Van. He is a very funny, well-known, well-to-do comic. He knows a lot of things about comedy. I can confirm this actually because I once paid money and he told me. So I think that means yeah.
That means I can be bought.
Oh no, it means you have fiscal value. Yeah, I did. I bought one of my best friends for $20. So like that was like people are worth it. Yeah, like what happened with that was I put up an ad and he was the only person who came, and then he just hasn't gone away yet. So I'm not complaining.
Right.
Anyway, thank you for coming out and being here and tolerating me forgetting that you were here.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I think
I'm hiding in a closet.
I think it's partially my fault.
My wife and my dog have no idea where I am.
I was just.
Yeah, well.
So. Yeah. I was jumping on. I was talking all over Ray, your introduction, and I was getting a little too happy. And we were just chatting and getting along. So I think we missed the point where I come up on screen and then we introduce our guest judge, because I just sort of came up on audio and we took it from there.
Yeah, I was really excited
thank
for
you,
the
Todd,
ad lib
so much for joining us tonight.
Mad Lib. Why do I?
Pleasure is mine.
Yeah. Mad Lib. Yes. All right. So did we want to get to Leaf's jokes and talk about those a little bit? I don't know if we're stalling. I think I'm getting a bit of a lag. Leaf, all right, thank you so much for this. Really tight set, really, it flowed really well. Great structure. I love how you transitioned really naturally between the intro stuff and finding your doppelganger and dating, and then going into like the Netflix stuff. I think that's all really topical right now. I don't have a lot of real feedback because I just thought it was really great and really tight. You've been performing this material for a bit, right?
Some of it, yeah.
Some of it, yeah. I love your way with words and your really intentional usage of words. Like Filibuster My Suicide was just it really great imagery. As you're talking about the police lineup, I'm picturing it, and the dating your doppelganger stuff I can definitely relate to. I think that's hilarious. I love to joke with my partner about like when they invent clothing, that's my type. Like that's my exact, oh my God, wouldn't that kind of sex be amazing? You just know exactly what you like. Yeah, and then just your way with words. Like I'm not much of a sex person. I thought it was really, really good. Yeah, and I was just enjoyed watching it. Do we have Ray back? Where is Ray? Oh, there you are. Back in the stream. Ray, would you like to go next? What notes did you have for Leaf?
So I had some good notes, positive notes, happy notes, because I'm a happy person. Oh my goodness. I did laugh out loud when you talked about me, because obviously. But yeah, I got the middle end of what Alice said, so I'm gonna like hope to not repeat too much. But the doppelganger fetish, I wrote that down with a heart beside it because I thought that was hilarious, and I love the idea of that's something that you could like expand on and like go into like clone.
Oh no, she pooped again. Oh
no. Yeah, I'm done. That's okay. I think, yeah. I also wrote down doppelbanger. I don't know if that's.
Oh, that's good.
Can
I use that?
I don't know.
Doppelbanger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice
anything. Yeah, it's just concise and a dumb pun, but yeah, definitely a doppelbanger. Trying to think of other little pun things, but yeah, just to remark again. Oh, Ray, you're back. Perfect.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you to describe your ideal porn for me.
Oh.
That's a normal thing to start a conversation with, but yeah, when you're that was like literally like the only thing that I thought like I want more of this.
Yeah.
Was just when you're just like yeah, like it's porn, and then you mentioned it, and I was like, no, I want that to get bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, just the sound of 3 a.m. I just want to address. That was hilarious. I just really appreciated that sound of 3 a.m. Like just, oh, that's real. That's so real. Yeah, specificities in the lineup. If you want to, like that's one of those things that you could have the choice between letting the audience like imagine their type while they're visualizing what you're talking about, or just like describing someone that's just like very, very specific that you find like 5 of all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3D print a gun. That was just like I thought that was funny, but it could be like just reworked to be a bit cleaner in the way it was said. Just like there was just like I don't remember word for word what you said. I don't have a photographic memory. I pretend I do, but I don't. And I just like I liked what you said, but I did find myself thinking like, oh, that could have punched a bit more. So I was just like, I don't know. If I remembered it clearer, I would have been more helpful. But with that,
Yeah, I'll look at the
I'm
phrasing.
gonna have to say I believe in you. You're welcome.
Yeah,
it's
it's 30
yeah.
seconds short of the time it takes to 3D print a gun, or yeah, which I think is punchy. I think is good.
Yeah, I could have also just misheard because of the way my internet's being. It may have not been you at all. Describe the lineup.
Todd,
Where were you?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's been really
Todd,
nice.
any
So I guess
thoughts
it's
on
my
that?
turn to be the shitty one. Kidding. That was delightful.
That's what you're here for.
The-
That's what...
The fetish line off the top was absolutely wonderful. It's a perfect intro into the set, so it lets us know exactly what is going to be coming. So it's a spot on line. Some of the lines that I adored have already been mentioned, but I'll mention them again just to inflate your ego just a little bit more. Getting to the end of Tinder, I thought that was really great. That's a lovely line. The line that you say at the police lineup, I'm hoping all of them. It's a lovely kind of in the moment thing that someone would say. Filibuster your suicide, very nice. The 3D printed gun. Yeah, that's the sound of 3 a.m. I would like to see more things of like that's not an apparition. That is just sweat soaked that's like anxiety sweat soaked bed sheets. That but funny, just like something like that. And give us like maybe a couple of those as like that's not a dead war bride. That is something that feeds into that theme.
Yeah.
Again, that but funny. You'll find.
Yeah. That's not a ghost in your kitchen, your depression eating cheesecake again, or something like that.
It's that. It's that. Feel these glutes. I would love there to be just a small act out there.
It's hard in a chair.
I get it. So this is another thing. Is there anything keeping you from standing up other than the chair?
The social awkwardness of standing up. Is that what people do? I've never done an online show before, so.
Oh, okay. People do, and that's totally fine. There are two schools of thought: you sit down or you don't sit down.
Yeah.
I stand just because I like having the mechanism of performing.
Okay.
So I like knowing that I can do that, and if I want to do an act out or a walk off, or I'm doing a act out or a couple of characters, it's easier for me when the focus is around this, because when you're in a chair, you're anchored. So then it becomes very much, your stand up just becomes a desk piece as opposed to a performance, which is fine. I mean, like, yeah. And and Seth Meyers' kids will come out of the closet in the back. But that's a joke, I guess, just for me. So it really is up to you. It's up to you, sort of like how you want to drive out the performance. I did get lost in and I wish I hadn't it was either because I was writing down how good That's the Sound of 3 a.m. was, that I missed the reason that you need to be intimate with porn before you watch it. What was the reasoning?
Oh, just because I like the emotional connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I might stress that just a little bit more.
Sure.
Just give a little bit more in the setup, because then it will make the impact of what you're saying afterwards to be a little bit stronger. And if this is your first online show, first of all, congratulations. It went great. One thing to note is that, like in a stand-up show, in a stand-up room, you would be working the crowd and trying to maintain kind of fake eye contact and stuff like that. Whereas now everything is just here. So the more attention that you can direct here, the more people are going to feel connected within the set. So the cheats are numerous on how you can always have, so you're not looking down at your set list or reading the joke. You can just literally, oh, look, I can tape it right there and no one's going to know. So I just play to the camera and go, oh yeah, I just look over there and there's my next joke. So just remember that your audience is not spread out anymore. It's right here. And that's where you've got to do that connection. Because if you watch, basically I'll stand up right now has been demoted to, the desk pieces of John Oliver, Seth Meyers, like that's how comedy's being delivered right now. So by staring down the barrel, you're going to have that immediate contact with people. So that would be and that is all I had for you. Great job.
Thank you.
Can I suggest one thing?
No!
I should have gone earlier before the pro went. Because mine's probably going to be like so dumb. But yeah, let's
No,
do
we're
it.
out here to talk through everything. It's
I liked I really liked your ghost joke. I really like that. But also I wanted to say the part about you going to the grocery store and it's the senior citizens time. Maybe I liked it, but I feel like if maybe you could punch it up a little bit more, and maybe even be like something like I don't know, like this is like the avocado aisle, like I don't know, some kind of like fruit that's considered sexual, like this is the banana aisle or something like that. I don't know, like see, I told you I should have gone before.
No, I get it. Yeah, like a sexual produce thing.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, with seniors, you don't have to worry about the family planning section.
But that section is right across from diapers. So it also
yeah. So you'll find them there anyway.
Yeah.
You can avoid the section, you can't avoid the entire aisle. Yeah. I like that. H, any thoughts? Any?
Yeah, I like.
Is it just H? Is it okay to?
Yeah, H the comedian.
All right.
Yeah, I liked that. I thought it flowed well. There was a good confidence to it. There's good emotions and an energy that carries through. I like that. I think it's well flowing, well put together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too experienced.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thanks.
That's all right. Neither am I.
We're all constantly learning.
One thing I will say, Leaf, is especially in your intro, how you essentially crowd worked the one person you could have crowd worked to give yourself a natural intro, and I think that was really good. And I'm surprised this is your first online show, because I've noticed that you have developed a few sort of coping mechanisms, like you're still acting. As for standing, I try to simulate when, I'm writing right now, so it's difficult to do, but I stand, I have a microphone, even if it's not plugged in, I'm still doing that, and I find it helps. Yeah, but otherwise, great job, especially for never doing online before, so thank you.
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah. Did we want to move on to our next comment?
Yeah, let's get H the comedian coming up here.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Welcome H to the stage.
Thanks, everybody. I'm H the comedian.
There we go.
I'm a lifestyle comedian. I've been doing this my whole life, so you can see I'm committed. I got the H on the shirt. It's taped on, so that's some commitment. Just went through a few washes here. And people sometimes ask me, other comics, like, why did you pick that name, H the comedian? And I just got to tell them, honestly, you better grab a letter, because they're going to be gone soon. And people don't have a long attention span, with the names. They're not going to remember your name. And you have to keep repeating things to get in the attention span. H is gonna stay in your head. You got the shirt. That's as best as I can do. So my advice to everyone else is to just grab a letter and hold on tight. I'm popular with stoner comedy, stoner audiences, but that's obviously like an easy audience. I did the 420 show last year, and I was just muttering nonsense, and they're loving it. As long as you're moving and doing noises, it's something that they love. It's kind of like entertaining kids, similar kind of thing. I used to do birthday parties for kids, and I put on a costume, and same thing. You're just dancing around, and they're laughing. It's almost the identical audience. You could put them in the same area as long as you got like a fence in between. You got the stoners on one side and the kids on the other side, and you just do the same joke. But you know that stoners are good to do comedy too, but other drugs, you get into problems, like even alcohol. People start getting angry. You know, hecklers are mostly people who drink alcohol, not stoners. You don't have a lot of stoner hecklers. Hey man, that was hilarious, man. I forgot what you said, but it was hilarious. You're always the best audience members you get. You don't want like a coked up audience member. They're going to be all riled up. They're not going to understand your jokes. What are these teenagers on, by the way? For one year they're on Fleek, and the next year they're on Point. Now they're probably on crystal meth. It's every year's a new thing, these guys. Yeah, I got no attention span. And you know, when I was young, I used to think that when we got older, by now we'd have a lot of robots, you know? Well, people got so lazy with the robot development. All we have is 2020, for God's sake. We had these movies back in like the 1920s, thinking about what things would be like in like 1984. We had flying spaceships and robots treating us to things. The best personal robots we have still is this Roomba that bumps around and it bumps into walls and shit. What the hell is that? That's garbage. And now they came out with a slightly better one. It doesn't bump into walls. It figures out where it is. And they got this advertisement saying like, are you sick of these robots that just bounce around, bumping into walls? Well, we got the next best thing. Ours goes in a certain pattern. Like, dude, it's 2020. Where are the Transformers? Where are the robot arms that we can move around with? You've got a circular robot sweeping crumbs, bumping into walls. And that's all they're going to have. So the other brand better get on board and make fun of them for bumping into walls. And be like, get some Boston guy. Are you sick of your robots bumping into walls, bouncing around like a fucking beach ball? Well, they get our robot. No bouncing around. He gets the job done. No bullshit robots here. Get the good robots. Boston robots. Boston Robotics. Get it done. So yeah, anyways, that's my thing, and I'm H the comedian, and yeah. Shorter than
All right, thank you, H. We're back. So sorry, my migraine's getting worse, so
Oh gosh.
I'm just trying. It's all right. We'll fight through it. We'll do it all. All right. I guess I'll go first. H. How long have you been doing comedy?
A little while. I don't do a lot of like stand-up comedy. I do a lot of lifestyle comedy.
Oh, like, can you define lifestyle comedy? What do you mean by that?
Like my life experiences, I make into jokes. Like I don't have a real life. It's more like a joke of a life.
Oh, so your life is a joke.
Yeah, I'll keep relating different things.
All right. I think you have a lot of premises right now. And being a newer comic, I know it's exciting to jump from one premise to another and just make your observations and move on. But the craft of stand-up and what really sets stand-up aside from just complaining about things that you don't understand is that writing process of taking a concept and exploring it and seeing where you can go with that. So you talked about stoner audiences, how you love stoner audiences, and that's a great premise because I'm sure you have, like, you've performed for stoners before, and I'm sure you've had like good examples of a story or a characterization or an act out that you can develop. It doesn't even have to be completely true, but you can find something in there where you are speaking to a stoner audience member, and you can write a dialogue that explores that in a funny way. And I just feel like the idea of the stoner just saying, that's funny, I don't remember what you said. I think you can do a little bit more digging there and find something really good there. Other premises, like the difference between a stoner audience member and a drunk audience member versus a stoned audience member, I think that conflict right there you can really explore. So that's another premise that I think you should practice writing on, is like write out the 10 differences between a stoner comic or a stoner audience member and a drunk audience member, and then try those out and determine your best 3, and then see which of those works, and then you have a really, really good joke. But don't stop writing. I think I think you have potential because you are observing different scenarios and different premises. I just think there's a matter of finding jokes in there. But thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for giving us a shot and for doing comedy and trying to make people laugh through this pandemic. And I've seen your videos pop up on comedy forums and stuff like that. So thanks for being engaged.
Yeah, thanks.
And any other thoughts?
I'm just gonna build up a bit off of what you already kind of started. Like a lot of the premises and things are great, and it's just like you just have to go through them and rework them, like with your introduction as you're introducing yourself, and you're just like and first, like, I felt like there were 3 introductions because of how long it went on. Because it's just like when you introduce yourself is just like it's just kind of like, I'm H the comedian and this is why I do that. And then I just felt like you then explained it again and then again. So it was just like, you just trust your audience. And because like that's just how it comes across, is just like there's an extent of like you want to play with your audience, and you want them to engage in what you're saying. But like when you when you bring in the stoner audience, I think that work and that premise is good. But I think when you just straight up like oh, stoner audiences are dumb, it's just like, just instead of just straight up insulting them, I think you can play with the idea more. So instead of just being like, oh, they're dumb, just being like, oh, I love them because they're, and then you can start comparing them to, like, because I get my children's entertainment routine 2 in 1. Sometimes I'll, just on the line comedy, only I'm just more in between a fence between a playground and a 420 cafe. I think there is just a lot more that you can play and grow with that. Same with for the one joke where you were, I don't know what kids today are on. I think that would work better if you used drugs before the platform. Just like they're on E, they're on Fleek, they're on TikTok, like just
Mm-hmm.
I think it works better the other way. With your act outs, I liked your act outs. I think they were well used, but I think that they will go farther if you don't explain them before you do them. If you explain them as you're doing them and build the character, build the world, instead of it's like adding a prologue that tells the story before you show the story. Just show it to us because we'll follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll hop in.
And
H, that was fun from a technical standpoint. your volume was down. So when you're doing these shows, just make sure that you've got that up, not so high that it's clipping, but like at least, because we want to hear your jokes, right? A lot of the things that have been said, I'm going to agree with. Like the premises are really solid. I just think there needs to be more sort of concentration of the actual through line of like the jokes. But like you have these lovely little moments of like the act out that you do of the dance at the stoner shows, like and the fact that you called that back is also really good. So I love that. I liked the on fleek on meth. Like I enjoyed that, but I'm with Ray on this one. I think you can do that even more because there is so many things that they are on. So I think if you explore that and just think of like, what are the things that people on, just write that list of like 10, 20 things and then pick out your favorite ones and put them in an order that makes the most sense kind of joke wise, where the funniest one is obviously at the end. One of the things I wrote is that I think you need sort of more animation in your set, because when you popped out of your shell and did the act outs, that was really good for me. Like that, the Bostonian robot salesman was probably my favorite thing of your set. And I just wanted to see more of him. So give us more of that. It's like, and really like look for the things of like, this one's wicked smart. Like, just like find, like, I don't know, go watch Good Will Hunting and just like get all your kind of Boston vernacular written down so that you can incorporate that into this bit and go, look at this fucking robot over here. You see this? Yeah. He's fucking wicked smart. Look at him. He runs like a dog. That fucking.
He can't even start the car.
Yeah. So just look for like I think the more of those things that you can bring in, the better it's going to be. And yeah, I'm also with Ray on the H. I would say like pick a direction on why you want H as your moniker, and just give us a taste as to why that is. One of the things I thought, if you want to keep incorporating it, and just like if you really want to hard sell that as an identity, every time that you say an H word, go, oh look, an H word, and then just carry on, right? So that way, if your thing is the branding around the H, then just dive at it. And not about you, but thank you, Muzz G, for liking the laid back grandpa. I assume he's talking about me. So
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a lot of comments from our one viewer. I like engaged people.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, H. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for doing this. I forgot about the Boston robot. I forgot to make notes about that, but that was a really great thing that I liked. And keep it up. And your homework assignment, for every joke that you tell, ask yourself, what about your perspective do you have that nobody else has? And that's where your really, really unexpected jokes are going to come from. So right from the heart and right from your own perspective. Great.
Okay.
All right. So we have one final, or I assume we are done with H actually, before I jump in.
Oh, can I do a couple?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my, yeah. Sorry, we had.
I should have asked.
I really liked how clear your premises were, and I agree with everyone else. I think like the best thing you can do is really get into lists and just make like a list of like 20 for each of those premises, like identical audiences. How are they similar? Like they're both a burden on their parents, like stoner audiences and kids. I think you should also look at all the different kinds of drugs and how audiences would, and make huge lists of that. I had an idea, like just for people on mushrooms are great for comedy because you can cross the line with them, but they will find it in themselves to forgive you. You know? I don't know. All right. And the Boston Dynamics act out is great. I felt like right at this moment, because I think like the joke hinges on it's Boston Dynamics, right? That's the name of which is like a weird name for a robotic company, even though it's close to Harvard.
Yeah.
And I think like almost Boston Dynamics should be the punchline. It should be like the final line, or you should preface it by talking about Boston Dynamics, because right now it feels like it's in between. You're either hiding the fact that it's Boston Dynamics or not highlighting it at the end enough. But no, I really liked it. That's all.
Yeah, I made it all up like this afternoon, so it wasn't a lot of putting together. I'll work on it. Thanks.
Yeah, keep working. Keep definitely working.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Now, Harpreet, did you have anything for H, or are you just ready for the spotlight?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna, just based off of whoever mentioned it earlier. It was very hard to hear because it was a little muffled and my end's not so great anyway. So, yeah, you might have to just fix that. That's the only note I have because I couldn't hear.
That's totally fair, because step one of feedback is knowing what you're giving feedback to. So
Hearing, yeah.
Yeah. So that being said, I actually did write down your last name and my pen died, so I missed the middle letters. So I'm like, come on, I'm anyway. So everyone, we are getting ready to have Harpreet S to the stage.
Yeah, it's it's empty, but yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's all
The
good.
letter S, grab it.
So, yeah, okay. So I'm 34 years old. I've been single now for 34 years. Well, that is to say, is I've never been in a relationship, and it's not a choice like Melania Trump, because she did say that in the contract, right? Because I've tried to put myself out there, meet people, go on dates, and all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't work out. But it is sort of a choice, like blackface Justin Trudeau. Because he really committed to that look. He really did. More so than Cosby did to the whole wholesome thing. And because if your first Tinder message to me is "I will impregnate you," you must have some prior charges for sure. Because I am on there to find a boyfriend, not a legal counsel to an assault charge. So I decided to get some help, for some professional help. And what the psychic said to me was, the reason that I've been single my entire life is because I have a jealous ghost following me. Wow, what a confusing sentence. I had no idea you could put those words together and they would make sense. So, and also like, what does that even mean? Like, a ghost is jealous of me. Me, a 34-year-old woman who once forgot how to spell the word of. Okay, I'm like, and like, is it following me? Like, because it must love the smell of flatulence. So, or is it because I'm dead? I'm alive, like, right? Because I have bad days too, right? Anyways, so I Googled the word, I Googled jealous ghost, and Googled like, what do you mean? Isn't that great? I found the one thing Google doesn't have the answer to. So then I tried Googling, why have I never found a boyfriend? And Google, the first thing that popped up was the ad for the psychic who told me about the jealous ghost. I was like, wow, okay. I didn't realize that Google was getting into roasting. Jeff Roth, watch out. All right, I love silence. Makes it harder for me to work. All right. Oh yeah. Let's go on this stream. So Facebook, I don't mind it. I don't mind Facebook. It was really cool when it came out because I was able to connect with a lot of people. It was also really uncool when it came out because then a lot of people can find you. Like, another thing I find really weird about Facebook is whenever someone leaves a message, a post on your wall, because I feel like that's a DM that's not meant to be seen by anyone. Like for example, this guy that I went to high school with, he left me a message and he was like, "Hey, sorry for calling you fat in high school. You look great. We should get coffee." It's like, I just added you to see what your life was like, and it's great. So I'm gonna unfriend you now, right? Like I don't care. So I guess this is gonna be hard to do, but maybe the comics can help me out with this. Because we don't have a regular audience. How many of you guys are friends with, just like give me a woohoo or whatever? I don't know. How many of you guys are still Facebook friends with a dead person on Facebook?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. All right, we have something in common. Yeah, it's I am as well. I am still friends with, I think, one. Yeah, I mean, I haven't, because I mean, like, you can't unfriend them because it's like we're still friends, but you're just not here, you know. You're just not alive. So, anyways, I during quarantine, I had nothing to do. I have a friend named Sabrina who's passed away a few years ago. I went on her wall because, again, nothing to do during quarantine. I went through all the posts that people have left, and can I just say, if you're leaving happy birthday posts, I mean, isn't it a little too late for that? Like, we're done with that, right? Like, let's put that to the side now. So anyways, I found a very peculiar post. It was by a girl named Sharon, and she wrote, "Hey Sabrina, you probably saw what I did last weekend. I'm not too proud of that. But since you're up there, can you put in a good word to the Lord for me? Thanks, baby girl. Miss you." What the fuck did you do, Sharon? Like, did you murder someone? What a way to bring that information out on a public platform where the person you're leaving the message for can't even read it. Says a lot about you. And I was like, you know what? I gotta help this girl out, right? So I created a Facebook account called it Ghost Sabrina. And so what I did was I was like, okay, she needs a reply. I messaged her back. I'm like, "Hey, baby girl, it's not looking too good for you." And I haven't heard back from her since. So I guess maybe she got the message. Okay. Oh, this is still going. Okay. All right. I'll go on with this. Oh, I guess I still have time, so I don't know if this is the last one. So I you know, we're all comics, and I'm sure most, if not all of us, have done this where we'll record our sets and we'll put it up on YouTube or Vimeo or something, and so people can, like, producers of shows can watch and get an idea of what we do. So I did that. I put up a video of myself doing stand up on YouTube. But before I get further into that, comics in the room that are unmuted, do you guys know what negging is?
Yep.
Nagging?
Okay. Yeah. So thank you. So thank you for asking. So negging is when you get a weird comment and you don't know how to take it. Like if I was like saying, "Hey, your hairline and your nose don't match, but you seem to pull it off," and you're just like, "Thank you," or is that an insult? Like, I don't know which one to go with, right? So, anyways, I was on. I put a video up of myself on YouTube, and I made it public, like a real dumbass. And a person found it, wanted to leave me their thoughts. A person by the name of HMD with $ wrote, this is a real thing, "Why do you dress like Hulk Hogan on his day off?" Yeah, for real. Not even kidding. Not even kidding. I was going for more of like doing the Rock Johnson look, but you know, to each their own. I don't know. Maybe Paddington Bear. I don't know. So, but then the dude or person replies back to their own comment 6 minutes later and goes, "But kudos for putting yourself out there." I love how this guy was like, "I hate her, but she's doing a hell of a job. I gotta let her know. I have to let her know." All right, thanks a lot, guys. Am I alone here? All right, let's do this. Oh, okay. I was like, I'll take it over. That's cool.
Oh, Ray's shut out again. All right.
Is Alice gone too?
Might have had internet's cutting out. Maybe migraine problems. How did that feel, by the way?
Right now, not so great. I haven't done that joke in a week or two.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But you've been doing like you've been doing online stand up for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like it because you definitely had the kind of like the camera technique down. There were moments where you kind of looked off to the side, and that was a little distracting. Because it's that just told me it's like I'm not confident in this. I don't even want to look at my computer right now. So just do that more. Just make sure you're kind of centered around there. I love the confidence by which you just dropped in like Melania Trump, blackface Trudeau, Cosby. Like those are great references. And coming from a person of color, they're going to carry a lot of weight in terms of the Melania Trump is going to, because you're a woman. Blackface Trudeau, you're a person of color, that's going to carry weight. Cosby, again, as a woman, that is going to carry weight. So these are all very strong references, and you're pulling them off really well. Again, I said the camera work is great. When you said I need to go to an expert, so my psychic says, give us a little beat to digest that. Just give us like a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Because you kind of blew through that and went, oh fuck, she said psychic. That's hilarious. So just
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I normally do that, but like I just but that's perfect. Yeah.
It's so again, in front of an audience, it's easier because then you get that feedback because you don't have it here. Sometimes you have to make that protracted sense of giving that pause. You'll see when you watch Seth Meyers now, he actually does the reverse. What he does is he zips through the punchline and then goes into the next setup and then gives the moment for breath. So that there's no pause for you to do that. You have to catch up, which is fine because in the first little bit, it's weird, right? Like you said it during your set is like, I hate working to silence. It's like, and that's what Seth Meyers was doing. So he would actually do the setup, kind of do a pause and then do the punchline and then roll right through to the next one. So it felt on TV a little more roll. But I think with people in the room and that sort of thing, you can pause for our laughter and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing Zoom shows where there's people in the room, by all means use them as the canned laughter that we're going to get and use it to your advantage. The ghost liking the smell of flatulence. I love that. One thing you could do is call that back to the fact that you don't have a boyfriend right now. It's like, I'm a catch. And then carry on.
I like that.
Google said, "Do it." What do you mean? That is a lovely thing for Google to say. What do you mean? Beautiful. The Facebook friends with dead people is a fantastic premise, and I'm in fact angry at you because that was in front of everyone in this room. God damn it, that's great. One thing is, I don't think you need to give the who's friends with a dead person on Facebook, because I think you can just roll into that bit. It's like, because then you can just talk about the fact that these are Facebook ghosts. It's like, I have ghosts. I'm friends with a ghost, actually. They're a dead person on Facebook, and then you can get into that. With the birthday post, like the birthday post on it, like it's obvious that these people don't realize the person's dead and are just like, oh, it's their birthday, and just wish them a happy birthday and go on. So it's like way to be like a really, really, on top of your friendship there. Like you can call them out on that a little bit. I was also thinking when you say, did she murder someone? So you're friends with you're friends with the dead person and you have this mutual friend. There's a good chance you're a mutual friend to the person she killed. So now there's two dead friends you have on Facebook. And like, oh, now I'm gonna, I'm gonna go visit their page, and the first post will be "Happy birthday," it's like that. So you could call back to that.
So sorry, for that reference, you meant like you're saying that like dead to me, like as in like because you killed her,
Right.
you're
Yes.
dead to me now. Okay,
Right.
okay.
Because then if because like on Facebook it always gives you the list of the mutual friends that you have. So it's very possible that this dead person's friend who's saying, "Hey, put in a good word for me," you know, I'm sure you saw that, because you're all part of of that friendship tree. There's a good chance that the person that she murdered might also be a friend of yours. So
Okay,
therefore,
yeah.
now you have 2 dead people that you're following on Facebook. And then you could call back the happy birthday because they're dead, and then there's the whole thing. How come you dress? Oh, was it Hulk Hogan? You said?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the person wrote Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
That's why like part I'm kind of like struggling with like in like the tags for that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really a lot of wrestling references, and so you're gonna have to hop into that world and figure out that.
Okay.
I have
And-
one for you.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
It's literally the only wrestling reference I know. Thank you, internet. Make a John Cena reference and say I don't want to be seen, because his catchphrase is "You can't see me."
John Cena. Is that a thing? John.
Yeah. Also, like yeah, and there was like a meme file where they were just like editing him into things. So it would just like the Scooby Doo gang is about to unveil the bad guy, and then burr, 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 John Cena. It was I feel like this was years ago. It was an old meme. 4 years. Memes age. But
Okay.
yeah, Scooby-Doo made an episode about John Cena because of that meme, I assume.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that's why I know wrestling, because Scooby-Doo went to WrestleMania. And but
Wait, like the cartoon? What?
yeah, like there's a Scooby-Doo movie called Scooby-Doo Goes to WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
And it has like all the like a bunch of real wrestlers are all like they're all playing their voices and everything, and it's just like it's just hilarious. We have a message from Rebecca. Need wrestling lines? Message me. I have what Andre the Giant has diagnosis wise. I got it. Okay.
That is really nice.
Yeah, so message Rebecca for all of your wrestling needs.
Yes.
Thank you.
We now have a support
can I-
network.
Sorry, I wanted to mention this is like nothing to do with the show for a second. Todd, I don't know if you remember this. I've actually met you once in real life.
Okay.
And this was maybe just at the beginning of this year. I think it was the beginning of this year. We were at Comedy Bar. I walk up to a bunch of people and you're standing there talking to them. You look at me and you're like, hey, you give me a big hug. And then you look at my face and you're like, you're the wrong person. Like,
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
That is right in my DNA. That is exactly. Here's another one like that. I was late meeting my wife, and I saw her in the distance. She was turned away from me, and I ran up to her and I went, "Hi, sweetheart. I'm sorry I am late." And she turned around, and "You are not my wife." And then I turned around and she was over there. Even better. I was meeting my brother and his family who were flying in from Alberta once, and I came to pick them up at the airport. And my brother is 6'5", his wife is blonde, and he has a daughter and a son, my niece and nephew, who are at that time they were 8 and 10. And I saw the back of my brother pushing a luggage cart with a blonde wife and a 8 and 10-year-old, and I came up right beside him and I went, "How you doing, fuck face?" And that was not him either. So yeah. So 3 examples right there of me picking the wrong person. So
but you were like, honestly, I don't know. It was like really. I was kind of like, oh, this is nice. Like, I don't know. It was a great hug, and I was like,
okay,
and I was like, I've never.
That's what I wanted to hear. I'm like, as you're telling the story, I went, "Oh, this is how people get canceled." This,
No,
you know what? I didn't think it would happen over Zoom, but I'm not surprised.
for the record, whoever is watching, Todd did apologize. Like, I'm sorry for hugging you and doing whatever. Like, it wasn't a bad hug. It was like a friendly hug, safe hug.
I didn't go in and grab anything. It was a friendly, this is my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Lovingly embarrassed. Thank you. That's
I'm sorry. I was
Don't
just like,
worry.
oh, does he
I am
remember me?
I am glad, because I will level with you, as I was like, I'm sure we've met somewhere. Like, it was, I figured it was an open mic or something like that. And it's like, as soon as like comedy bar, we met comedy, we were like, oh, okay. And I went, oh, this can go one of two ways. There's two ways I would have met someone at a comedy bar. And it was the second way.
what's the first?
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, I'm glad I was friendly, and I'm glad you weren't. I'm glad you didn't like show up and just see me sitting here in a square on your screen and get triggered and just like, well, that's
I'm sure it was a lovely hug.
Sure. We've established it's a lovely hug. It's a lovely hug. There we go.
It was a lovely hug. I heard great things about Todd. Nothing bad. So I feel safe and great.
All right.
Yeah, you're not canceled, uncanceled even.
No, we're opening him up to the world, if anything.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, you're the. Oh, dang it. I don't know what way I'm facing. Anyway, were you done with Harpreet's feedback, or
Yes.
did I interrupt
Yes,
you
I am.
completely?
I was
Okay.
like, it ended for me at the wrestling thing, and I think it literally is just that make the list of wrestling references, and I think you can figure out some things that you can throw in there. I'll level with you, like, and for me, that's just an add-on. I think the funny part about that is just him saying, "Why do you dress like Hulk Hogan?" So,
Yeah.
right. Just,
I mean, this guy made the joke for me.
sure, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, but honestly, it's
Yeah.
like really great, and I adore that dead Facebook friends joke. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was really good. I don't have too much more to add because like it was just like a good set. So like most of my notes are just like sometimes I just like write things down when I like them, and then I'll put a heart beside it if I really like them. So there you go. I like the idea of the DM secrets wall post and people like unveiling their deepest, darkest secrets to like the dead diary of Sabrina, and just kind of like growing on like what were you up to, Sabrina? And then or Sharon, and then do a jealous ghost callback. Just because you're already talking about dead people, so then it's just so it's just like it's open there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I'm just one of those people where like a call out will always make me laugh out loud, even if it's not a good one. I will just always go ha. It's just I love them. So I'm a sucker for a good callback. Yeah, and I mentioned my John Cena note. So with that, I open the floor to Leaf because we're all here.
Yeah. I really like the jealous ghost thing. I'm wondering why the ghost is jealous. Like specifically, I think there's a lot of stuff you could do there. Even like maybe it was a self-deprecating joke, just like of something you're insecure about, like them being physically jealous of it. Like I don't know, like for me, I would say like skin or hairline or something. It was like, oh, finally someone is jealous of my hairline because it's just a sheet. But yeah, what else? I think the dead Facebook thing is so rich, and I feel like it could almost be like a 5-minute bit. Like it can get so much because everyone's experienced that, and there's so many other angles you can go with as well. Like I think the happy birthday thing is very funny because that you see it all the time, and you're always tempted. Like that's the only time I think about the dead people is when it reminds you to. And then you go to their page, and it's just like this monument of people who like care about you the least, like who really don't care if you're dead or alive. And that's your legacy. Is I don't know. There's so much to explore there. I think it's really funny. Also, like the idea of like their last post. I think there's
Yeah.
something in mind there.
Yes.
Like that. Like it's always telling. It's like, oh, can't wait to go water skiing with the boys this weekend. And you're like, oh. What else? Oh yeah. I've had this happen a few times where I'll get like a message from a hack dead person's account,
Mhm.
and just the idea of them coming back from the dead to hawk like cheap Ray-Bans is very funny. Like,
Wait, what? Sorry, I don't understand.
oh, like their account will get hacked by just like someone who.
Oh, it gets hacked. Oh, okay,
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they'll be like, "Hey, just wanted to send you this deal on cheap Ray-Bans," and then you're like, "Wow, you came back from the dead for that? That's insane."
That's so funny.
Also, the idea of just having a supportive hater is very funny.
Yes.
And I think,
Yeah.
that, yeah, just even like a little character work like of how they behave in normal life, or if they were judges on something. Like, there's a lot I think you can try with that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really great. Thanks.
Yeah, it was great. I also want to add, like, I feel like from your there's just like a moment when you're just like, like not feeling the audience. So I just want to like assure you, like, you did good.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. It's just, yeah, Zooms are always weird, or whatever
Yeah.
this is. Online. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the internet. The
Mhm.
internet's a strange place. We don't know what's going on, but we
Yeah.
do know that we all came to be here for feedback comedy.
But I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Thank you to Alice and H, who are not with us but still present in our hearts. And yeah, ooh, here I am. Hi. Hey, hi, and hello. So thank you all so much for coming out, watching us, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that Todd Van Allen will be back, and I hope that he didn't regret coming here. I
No,
hope that
I love this. This is great.
I'm
I get
so
to, I get
glad.
to, I first of all, I get to come in here. I get to shit on people's jokes and dreams, and then I get to hear about how creepy I am at in bars across the GTA.
No! No!
Yeah, this is your legacy.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess and say maybe we can expect to see you again in the future. Amazing. And I would also thank you so much, and I would love to see any of our guests again as you work and grow on new things, because I just love talking about comedy, and we'll always be here to continue talking about it. And with that, I think I'm just going to end the show and say thank you all so much for coming out, watching, and tune in 2 weeks from now on December 17th, where we're going to come back again, same time, same place, different day, but it's going to be good. I won't guarantee it, but I'll guarantee it.